planet Cybertron, and now its residents shall witness its dismemberment. Rise, my podcast. Serve your new master well. All hail Unicron.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of All Hail Unicron. This is episode 68. We don't have a name yet. I'm sure we'll figure it out as we get into the show. And joining me tonight is the one and only Mr. Rich H. Pre-ordered.
Hello, everybody.
And that's it. There's nobody else. It's just us. Robert is feeling under the weather. I was recently feeling under the weather. I think we both got sick from Skullfest. I don't know. Bobby, what'd you feed us? He was probably not listening anyway. But yeah, we're most people are under the weather, or Oscar is, of course, working. So it's just me and Rich tonight. So how are you, Rich?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, excellent.
Enjoying this long weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend.
It is Memorial Day weekend. You'll be hearing this probably the weekend following Memorial Day weekend, unless I'm super lazy and get it out on Monday. But yeah, hopefully I'll get it out before then. So it was nice to meet a couple people that still actually listen to our show at Bobby's house. Calais, I believe that's how you say your name. He approached me and said, I still listen to your stuff. I'm like, oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. So, we do have still have some listeners. So that's always appreciated. And of course, Justin Lynette, he's a goat of the fandom, I suppose. So found our two listeners.
Very
it's
nice.
the two people that are listening every time. So
Very nice.
indeed. So what did you
hello
get
to
this
them.
week?
What did I get this week? Well, I got MMC Hotspot. Ignis, I think is his name.
Where'd you order it from?
Show Z.
All right, what the fuck? I ordered from Show Z too, I'm pretty sure. Let me check.
Yeah,
Live
he
check right
came
now.
very, 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 very fast.
Sign in. Put in some passwords. Pre-orders. Nope. Do I not have it pre-ordered here? All right.
Uh-oh.
Let's check the other place. Because
Yeah, there's no...
I saw Bobby had him. Like, wow. I walked in and I was walking through Bobby's place, and I didn't even know that the MMC one had released. And I was like, whoa, this is a cool hotspot. I'm like, is this a Generation toy? I'm like, this is really nice looking. And he's like, no, that's MMC. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I have it pre-ordered elsewhere, so that's why it hasn't shown up yet. It's okay. So yeah, he looks pretty cool. What do you think of him?
So I think his truck mode is great. It's a little more toy than it is cartoon, but that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I would prefer more cartoon, but it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
His robot mode is pretty good. It's really nice. His combined mode is it's all right.
Yeah.
It's very solid until you get to the feet. And the feet are just trash.
Oh.
The Defensor feet are these like just hollow. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I look at him and I go, I guess that'll hold him up. I'm sure they've tested it, but they don't look good. They look better, I think, is comparing him to their Bruticus, to their Onslaught. So far, it's a better all-in-one than Onslaught was, as far as, looking at it and saying, or I should say better than Bruticus. Because the Bruticus all-in-one had those little ballerina feet that look like crap until you add the extra add-on. But then that kind of makes the whole all-in-one pointless, right? It's like,
right.
What's the point? Why bother?
Yeah.
So I don't know. As far as the torso and the thigh, like upper thighs and the full torso, he's very solid as Defensor. It's just those feet. I don't know.
Do you think we're gonna end up seeing like a third party, fourth party? I don't know. Is it a third party to a third party? Maybe what is that? A ninth party?
Ninth party.
But will we see like an upgrade kit, you think, to replace the feet? There were ones for their Bruticus, wasn't there?
Yeah, he basically MMC did it. They
Okay.
did an add-on kit, and it was they kind of masked it as a well, this isn't to fix what we did. This is a toy conversion. So it's got the silver chest,
Right.
like the toy had, and it's got silver shoes that go over the feet. But I mean, realistically, it looks like crap without it, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Bruticus in general, when you look at him, it's like Onslaught needs to be 15 to 20% bigger
Mm-hmm.
to make the legs and arms look proportionate. And the feet are just a joke.
Right.
The chest is kind of fine. I mean, the chest to me, I like the cartoon look, so the chest that he comes with, the Bruticus, is fine. So the add-on chest is kind of a, what do you prefer kind of thing. But the feet are terrible. The feet
Right.
on that Bruticus are terrible. The feet on this Defensor are fine as far as the size, and they look like they'll function, but they're just hollow.
Mm.
Like, you lift them up, you look from the top, and you can see all the way through to the ground and underneath. I mean, it's basically the front of the toe, or the front of the foot and the toe, and then a box that just makes the rest of the foot around it. So, but there's nothing to make a top panel, so it's just, I don't know. I sent a pic in our group chat, and it's just these hollow feet. It's very strange looking. I don't know. I haven't put in Streetwise yet into leg mode to put him on there to see what it'll look like, but
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the part that doesn't do it for me. And of course the size.
Yeah.
I mean, he's very tiny compared to like the Zeta scale or the Toy World scale with Constructor.
Yep.
So I know that doesn't work for a lot of people with the MP scale, but
Yeah. I mean, teach their own on that one for sure.
teach their own for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm mostly
yeah.
okay with it because, like, I'm okay with different size combiners based on what vehicles they are. But yeah, I can understand. Some people like all their combiners being the same size. If you're a
Yeah.
cartoon person, that definitely is probably what you want, right? They're all pretty well the same size.
Pretty
So,
much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, otherwise, he's a great figure.
Nice.
I don't know. His feet just bug me.
Yeah.
But
3D printing to the rescue.
could be, yeah. Just a filler plate that just snaps in on each side or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a solid release though. I mean, if you like the other two, you'll like this one.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Like, the
Yeah.
other two have just been fun toys to mess with, frankly. So,
He's got a lot of little things that I had to watch videos for. I was like, I didn't look at the instructions though, to be fair.
mhm.
I heard the instructions are actually pretty good for this one, but I will say one weird thing when I was looking up instructions or looking up videos, everybody that I looked up, well, initially almost everybody I looked up, theirs came in truck mode. And they pulled him out and they were like, yeah, okay, we're going to transform from truck to robot. I'm like, mine came in robot mode. That's so weird. So I guess there's a variation on the packaging already.
That's weird.
Seems a little strange. Yeah, it's like, okay, weird, but whatever.
Yeah, why would that be? That almost
I
doesn't feel
don't
like
know.
it makes sense.
I finally found a video. I think Pake had a video. He had a few videos where he was showing how to transform it, and he got a sample early on. But other people were like, yeah, just got this in, and their review was from a couple days ago. Or 3-4 days ago tops, and they were like, yep, here's how he comes, and they pulled him right out of the clamshell in truck mode. I'm like, huh. But then
That's
I
weird.
found a video from Pake that said, MMC Ignis robot packaging. And it's the same figure, it's just some of them are coming in robot mode.
That
don't know.
is super
It's very,
strange.
very weird. Isn't it though? It's like, I don't get it. Now, they did do that first release, which, considering he's just now starting to ship, I would think they're all still under that. But there was a first release where you got a bonus head for Defensor. Mine did come with that, but all the other ones I saw that were in truck mode seemed to also have it. So I don't know if there's correlation there or no clue. But very strange. Yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah, he's good. I'm nitpicking the feet. I do think the feet look like shit. it's kind of one of those things where it's like if the feet were solid and looked better,
Yeah.
I'd be like, well, I have nothing to complain about this guy, really.
Yeah.
There's one little paint accent that he's got this silver line that goes all the way along him in truck mode, and they have these little clips that pop out to lock things in place. So basically, you pop these clips out, you move stuff around, you pop them back in, it locks it into a different location on his legs. Super smart, super solid. But that stripe, it's a molded silver, it's a molded stripe that they painted silver. On the clip, they didn't paint it silver. So there's this little breakup that once you see it, it's like, damn it, now I can't unsee that, you know? And it just, it's like, why did they not paint that?
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, I'm super nitpicking now, but yeah, rubber tires. Yeah, he's nice. He's nice. He's not, he doesn't, it's all like mostly unpainted plastic, the finish. If they would go for that like Fans Toys kind of, is it fully painted or is it like a premium polished plastic look? It would put him on another level, I think.
Yeah.
I think that of all the MMC Protect-A-Bots so far. But again, it's kind of a nitpick. So, yeah.
Well, good. Looking forward to getting mine.
Yeah. So what else did I get? I got MP Hoist, MP58 Hoist. I finally broke down and bought him. Has-brah Pulse had that 15%. They still do have that 15% off coupon for the 40th anniversary. It's like TF 40, I think. And so along with MP Hoist, I did end up getting Missing Link Optimus. And I haven't opened him yet.
You have to let me know
arrived.
what you think of him when you do open him. Because I really like him. I think he's a cool figure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. What else? I got two other things. I got the Wonderful Trans Drift. He's not new. He's been out for a while, but I decided to grab him because I just think that alt mode looks so nice. And I got the Newage Starscream that just came out. The I don't know. I think they did cartoon colors before, but this is another version of the cartoon colors. So, yeah, he's nice. He's very nice.
Very nice.
Newage is. So, what did you get this week?
So I don't remember if last time I was on I mentioned that I got the Fans Toys Viper or not. He's nice. I like him. I can't remember if I had him last time or not, but he's a real good figure. I think he turned out very nicely. What else did I get? I think the only other thing I got is from Tyler Leap. He's pretty prolific in the 3D printing space. He's done a bunch of like G.I. Joe prints and stuff like that, but he actually printed out that animated Optimus Prime armor for me. So nice. I have all the pieces of that in like really nice shape, and I just need to go ahead and assemble it all. And yeah, I'll have my my animated Optimus Prime trailer and armor finally. So super excited to get that all thrown together and take some pictures and, you know, enjoy that missing toy that I wish Has-brah would have put out. So, but
yeah,
other than
you
that,
have to send some pictures. I want to see that when it's all put together.
It's gonna be fun. So, I was already looking at what I need to do to put it all together. So, it doesn't look like it'll be too bad. Just kind of get it done at this point.
And this is for the OG.
Yep.
Animated Optimus, not the Legacy.
Correct. That Voyager one, from Animated. So, yeah.
Which was a solid toy.
Yeah. So, and I know this armor is based on. I don't know if you had the Allspark Almanac stuff, but basically, there was animated Optimus Prime armor, like a Power Master armor in the trailer. I believe they had it in sketch form for toys. It's like an unreleased toy. I don't think they ever made prototypes of it. They did make prototypes of the Marauder Megatron, but I don't think they made them of Optimus. But yeah, it was like such a cool looking concept, and it just never came to be. So it was really cool to see that Sam's Forge ended up kind of making their own take on it and like looks good. It looks just like it does in the almanac. So, yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to put it all together and finally see Optimus in his full armored glory. So, but that's all I got.
Yeah, I think that was for the was going to be for season 4, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I know that Marauder Megatron looked cool.
Yeah, animated. It's just so sad that it ended before the whole story was like told. So it really is a really good. It really is a good story that they have, and it makes me sad that it never got its due course. So, yeah,
it is sad, and I think that it got further along than people generally seem to realize. Like Townsend Coleman, he's a voice actor. He did the voice of the Tick, the animated Tick, but he was also, of course, Sentinel Prime,
who looked like the Tick,
who looked like the Tick. Yes, very purposely. He also did, I think, he did one of the Autobot cassettes in G1 for like the one episode that they talk in. And I want to say it was Rewind or Eject, one of those two.
We'll just call it Reject.
Reject. We'll just call it Reject. So I saw him at a convention, and I took my G1 box set to get signed, and I also took a Sentinel Prime. And as soon as he saw Sentinel Prime, he got super excited. And he was like, oh, Sentinel Prime, I really love this show. And I said, yeah, it's a shame it got canceled, And he goes, oh, did you hear about season 4? And he had all this information on season 4. He's like, I was going to be Sentinel Magnus, and I was going to get a new form, and I was going to be the new leader since Ultra Magnus was gone. And so they obviously had passed along a decent amount of information for season 4. It wasn't just like, hey, we'll be in touch with your agent. You're coming back for another season. Like, he had details.
Yeah, like
and I know
I love this. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was, it's like, it's kind of sad to hear that it got even further along than just, maybe a season 4. It's like, no, they actually had a lot planned. They had designs. They had some prototypes for those. And, they obviously had story elements in the works. And then, of course, at TF Nation, they've done those script readings and stuff of the partial stuff that they have.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it sucks, but
gone before it could get that whole story told. It's a shame.
I don't know. That's what Has-brah seems to love to do.
Which leads us into our next story.
Yeah.
Earthrise is canceled just as season 2 is set to start. So, rumor is that the Earthspark is canceled to be replaced with a new TF series, which I've never watched Earthspark, so I have no horse in this race. But yeah, was anyone surprised?
You're fine. I tried watching some of it, and it's a little rough. Yeah. I think season 2 is getting ready to start early June.
So season 2 is definitely going to happen somewhere, right? And then
season 2 is done from what I've recall reading. Okay. It's done, like all of it. So
no, that's interesting. I mean, if you're a fan of Earthspark, sorry your show is getting taken away. I can understand, but meh. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like so. Let's go back to like G1, right? Like, what year did G1 start playing?
84.
84.
I want to say September.
When did Beast Wars start playing?
96.
Was it 96? Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Let's look. Go ahead. I'll look it up.
So, like, my thought is that I feel like Has-brah dilutes their brand way too much. Like, the fact that their shows only get, 2 seasons or something like that, like, it's not... You're not giving it enough chance to flourish and gain that kind of recognition, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like G1, like, there was only 3 seasons of G1. I mean, there's a lot of episodes per season of G1, though. Arguably, in modern television, the 3 seasons of G1 would have been something like 6 or 7 seasons of modern TV, right? How many episodes are there in G1?
98. And then if you add the movie in, because they aired that as 5 episodes. Then,
Yeah. So if you have, okay, so there's 4 seasons, right? I always forget that there's 4. 4 is
technically,
only
yes.
Yeah, 4 is only 3 episodes, right? Okay, so season 1 had 20 or 16 episodes. Season 2 had 49 episodes, which is the equivalent of like roughly 11 to 12 episodes in a season in almost every other TV show, right? So it's like practically 4 seasons. And then season 3 was another 30 episodes. So let's just casually call that another 2 seasons. Like that, G1 basically extended for the duration of, you know, something like 7 or 8 seasons, right? It's like,
yeah, I mean,
it ran from, you know, 84 through, you know, I remember it being like, even before Beast Wars was on, you would get that weird like thing where it was like CGI Optimus Prime telling a story to like kids or something like that, and it was just like
Cybercube and the
it was still just retelling the G1 story and everything like that, and which is fine. I'm for that, but the point being here is that Transformers had time to get like brand recognition, character recognition. It's like half these shows go on for 2 seasons or something like that. It's like you've not made a lasting impact. You know, like outside of Bumblebee and Optimus, who are on every friggin' season, like nobody cares about these characters that you're making. Like you get things like Transformers Prime, right? Which was a friggin' fantastic show. Like you could have kept going with that show, and you're like, meh, we're gonna go into this weird what did they call it? Beast. What was
Beast Hunters?
Was it Beast Hunters? Yeah. I'm like, why?
Transformers Prime, yeah.
Yeah, and then you did that for 1 season, and then you were on to the next thing. It's like, isn't any surprise? Like, who? You get that statement that every Transformers series is somebody's G1, but like, is it really? Like, is there people who are gonna come back to Earthspark like years from now when it had 2 seasons and be like, oh, I remember that? Like, I just don't think so.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and it's interesting because a lot of cartoons back in the day, back in the 80s, did that. Because I remember seeing something about this. I'll probably get this wrong, but I want to say it was something along the lines of it was a race for syndication. Like the quickest you could get to have an episode a week to air, like on reruns, so that you could have it just constantly play.
Mm-hmm.
And then the more the merrier, because then you could start doing, you know, episodes every day or whatever on syndication. And so, yeah, Transformers was had weird numbers. Nowadays, it's like you either have a 10 episode, if you're on something like HBO or whatever, Netflix, or a lot of stuff kind of does fit into what Beast Wars did, which was you go for either a quarter or half year, 13 or 26 episodes. And Beast Wars did exactly that. Season 1 was 26, pretty certain, and then it was 13 and 13.
Yeah.
So you ended up with like a year's worth, 52 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even like Thundercats and He-Man, like Masters of the Universe. Thundercats had 2 seasons, but guess how many episodes they had?
Yeah.
130.
Right. Yeah.
Season 1 was 65 episodes, you know.
And,
season 2, 65.
And you know, I don't want to I'm not trying to say that, you know, G1 plot-wise has absolute garbage for a plot, right? Like let's not lie here. G1, the plots were not very good. They're not some amazing story arc from episode 1 to the last episode of the series. But G1 also, you know, stuck around for so long that it became a household name, right? Like that's the reason. And like I don't think that's happening with these other shows. Like I can't see it happening. Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, I think again that's another thing. Back in the day, a lot of cartoons were just like, okay, each episode is its own little compartmentalized story, and you have some 2 and 3 parters maybe, maybe a 5-parter in except with with like Five Faces of Darkness in the movie, and even Thundercats had a movie. I think it was just called Thundercats Ho, but it was like part of season.
Thundercats.
I want to say, yeah, Thundercats are hoes. But back then they did have some longer running story arcs, like Thundercats did some here and there, but yeah, unless it was like Robotech. Robotech was an anime that was 3 animes that were kind of butchered together into one, but that had a week to week story arc.
Yeah,
with one giant story. But yeah, I think G1, they were still like, yeah, let's sell some toys.
Yeah.
So the writing was good. I think the writing was good, but it certainly wasn't like, oh, if you missed season 1 completely, you don't know what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Pretty much know what's happening.
And
I mean, more than meets the eye, you could watch to get the core.
Yeah.
But then you could jump right into season 2 and just be like, all right.
Yeah, there was very few times where you're like, what happened? What did I miss? Yeah. So.
Right. Even like the new characters, they sometimes moved airing order outside of what production order was, and it's like, oh, this episode has the aerial bots. But
yeah.
And I don't know if this was one of the examples, but they would sometimes be like, yeah, the aerial bots here's their episode where they're just in it. You're like, where did these guys come from? And then like later on, here's the origin of the aerial bots. Like, okay, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
you can watch these a little out of order here.
Yeah, and like I I hate to. Everyone knows that I love animated, but like animated did it where they had an overarching story, kind of, right? Like there definitely was an overarching story, but like there was a lot of episodes that were just like flavor of the week episodes, and like, right. And I feel like it kind of had that same vibe, and it's like to not do that with these modern shows. Like, what came out before Earthspark?
I think Cyberverse was
Cyberverse. Yeah, I think that. I don't think I saw any of that. I was like,
I can't remember if Cyberverse came before or after. I think it came after RID 2015.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's just, I feel like Has-brah just doesn't care about the brand or trying to keep it popular. It's strange. I don't know. There was a side discussion that was being had at Bobby's, like, what's going to happen to toys in like 10 to 15 years? Like, are they going to be a thing? Because like a lot of times it's really not the kids that are in the toy aisles as much anymore,
Right.
And I mean, I get that video games and phones and tablets and stuff kind of drive that to some extent, but like Has-brah is not faultless in it, right? Like by making compelling things and products that people would want to buy. So I don't know.
Well, it's a good question because it's getting to a point of, and we'll see some of that in the news this week. It's getting to the point that the stuff that's out on shelves is getting lower quality, higher priced. At what point do people go, you know what, if I'm going to spend money on collecting things, I might as well go for the masterpiece. I might as well go for the fans' toys, or I might as well go for the MP or MPG.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that's higher end, higher dollar, but also higher quality.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and from my standpoint, like, I've got kids that are prime toy playing age, 7 and 5, right? Like both of them love playing with toys. I can't justify going to the store and buying the modern Transformer because like they're hollow, they don't feel good. They don't even look good, I'm like, and they're ridiculously expensive comparatively, so I don't know, like, yeah, I have not bought my kids a modern Transformer for God knows how long. I just can't. So, I don't know. Has-brah needs to do something. I don't think they care, though. I honestly don't. So,
I don't think they do either. I think they're just, they look at it like everything except for the live action movies is like a, 3 to 4 year window, and then they have a new target audience, so they might as well change everything.
Yeah, I've also been wondering, and this is just total tinfoil hat type stuff, but so Has-brah got Power Rangers. Within a year of getting Power Rangers, Has-brah is like, we're done with this. Someone else can do it, right?
Yeah.
Transformers is now getting MP outsourced to Flames Toys, right? To some extent. They said that they would never let these companies do Transformers. That was Has-brah / Takara shtick. But then we've given, G1 Optimus Prime to Mattel, one of their biggest rivals, to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, is Has-brah trying to exit the toy game? Like, are they just like trying to license out their IP now? Like all of them?
It seems like that's the opposite of what they should do.
Yeah.
They have so much money just pouring in from Marvel and Star Wars. There's no way they would give that up.
Yeah.
If anything, they should be like, hey, Disney, or hey, somebody else. How about we partner with you and you do all of our media?
Yeah. And like
an actual media company.
Why didn't maybe we'll get to it when we get to it later on, but like why didn't Has-brah themselves do just like a Hot Wheels scale Optimus Prime? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Anyway, Skybound Comics is winning awards and reprinting comics. So Skybound, the new Transformers, is that correct?
That's the current one, yeah. The
okay.
Robert Kirkman of Walking Dead fame.
Okay.
Company.
I've heard good things. Yeah. I've heard good things about this comic, but I have not read any of them. Have you?
I have not.
All right.
But this is nice to see that it's gotten nominated for multiple awards.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, arguably the comics are probably the one thing that Transformers is doing right, because when you get these ongoing stories and stuff, and they can go into comic form like this, and you can be grittier, and the story can carry on, and is not likely to just get canned, one season in. I don't know. So I've heard good things. Yeah. I definitely want to check it out. I think the first trade paperback is either out or coming out. So I just want to. I definitely want to check it out. Yeah.
Yeah. And in another comic news, in the reprint is they're doing a reprint of the very first Marvel issue.
Nice.
G1, which is cool. At least the cover and everything.
Yeah, that is cool.
So that's nice.
That is nice.
So this artist, by the way, if you're looking at the cover for G1, it's that ridiculous painting of like some random guy and a much smaller head of his, like, I don't know, son.
And then Optimus Prime with the crazy like Batman ear thing going on.
Yeah, and he's like squishing Starscream in his fist, and it's this ridiculous cover. But it's iconic, and everybody recognizes it, right?
And Gears is, I'm not even sure what's going on, if he's mostly truck or if he's a truck with some legs. I don't quite understand what's happening. And then he looks like he's shooting out his shoulders.
Maybe his headlights if he's transformed.
Maybe.
I don't know.
He's
sort of half transformed. Looks like he's kind of flying up Optimus Prime's shin.
Mm-hmm. It is an amazing piece of comic book art, though.
So the guy who did the painting for that, he only did 2 covers on 2 issues. This one and, I don't know, issue 53 or 63 or something like that. Mm-hmm. Bill Sienkiewicz, yeah, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Bill, unpronounceable last name. Bill Sienkiewicz. And he's like this, if you look him up, he does all this like Marvel painting, like big expensive paintings that go in gallerias, and he's got all this artwork from all this like famous Marvel properties and such. Iron Man and Elektra, and I think I saw some X-Men stuff he had done, and a bunch of DC stuff. A friend of mine went to see him at a convention to get issue 1 and issue whatever it is, 63 or something. I'd have to look, signed. And he told my buddy that issue 1 is the comic he signed. He's gotten the request to sign the most. Transformers issue 1.
Yeah.
So it's just funny because he's done all this. Like when you look at his other artwork, you're like, oh shit, that's kind of badass.
Yeah.
And then there's this Transformers issue 1 that looks
just, like,
so ridiculous.
So weird. Yeah.
Like who are these people on the cover? That's not Spike and Sparkplug. I don't know who the hell these people are.
It looks like I don't know if you've played the Metal Gear Solid games.
Oh yeah.
It looks kind of like Roy Campbell. and maybe that's like young Raiden. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
It reminds me of like an old Atari 2600.
Oh,
game box.
absolutely. It's the type of thing that's on the cartridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Good times. So.
All right. Well, what's next? We've got third-party news. DNA Optimus Prime, the DNA Legacy Transformers Animated Prime add-on kit. They've now added a hammer, which is a separate purchase from their other offering, as well as a faceplate and I guess like an eye shield cover. I don't quite understand the eye shield cover, if I'm honest with you. I think the hammer looks fine. I have no gripes with... I don't know. I feel like the hammer needs to do something more interesting than just be a hammer. I don't know. It says transparent parts are added to the hammer. I don't think the hammer looks like so good. I'm like, oh my god, I need to have this hammer. And then like these add-on pieces for the face just look flat out horrendous to me.
Yeah. So I did notice, we were chatting about this in our chat, our private chat, that the original mask that we were looking at has these crazy big things that stick onto the side of his head too. Mm-hmm. But it looks like bonus 2 is just a mouth cover, just a mouth plate, which helps.
So I thought that... So you're looking at that first picture?
Let's see, which link? Okay, so look at the second link. The 002 pick.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Bonus 2, or if you look at 003.
002, 003. Yeah, okay.
So I think
it still extends out the side of his face a little to have just the battle mask on, but it looks less bad when you don't have the goggles in place too, I would say.
Yeah. I still think ultimately he just needs a new head.
Yeah, what I would have liked to have seen is, because he has the silver pieces that stick out so far, I would have rather just seen them like do something with it that the silver faceplate kind of clipped between those.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, hopefully it looks better in person. Maybe it just doesn't photograph well. Maybe it's like one of those things that once you have it in person, you're just like, oh, okay, this looks fine. But we'll see. Time will tell. Yeah. I'm glad they at least put on the faceplate. But like when you look at the 003 face, like look at the top picture there. Like the just how far the faceplate looks like it sits off of the body. You know what I mean? Like it looks like his head is just like sitting, like it doesn't look right. So I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this one's tough to do without replacing the entire head.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think so. But I'm excited. I'm excited for this upgrade kit. I just think it could be a little bit better, personally. But it's fine, right? It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Just fine.
Yeah.
But see, this one has the hammer in it now, right? This one comes with the hammer.
Well, so both of them come with a hammer, and then they have like an upgraded hammer. So what I don't understand is like, what are you doing? I don't.
Oh, that other one's an upgraded hammer?
Yeah, like it's something that you can buy separate.
I was reading this as the first link was just, hey, our kit to be released in China has an extra bonus.
Yeah, I know.
That extra bonus is the yellow visor for whatever reason.
No, they actually have a whole separate kit, basically.
Oh.
So, I don't know. I'm not sure why they decided to go this route. But it's fine.
All right.
Yeah, because if you look at the pieces that are in picture 1, they show the hammer, and then there's just totally another hammer that you can pre-order online. So maybe, I don't know, maybe they're like, this is in case you don't want the whole kit, you just want the hammer. I don't really know.
Or maybe you want different colored hammer.
Yeah.
So we're going to give you the one hammer in this color, and then if you want the other hammer, it's separate. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really understand. But it's fine. It's not for me to understand.
All right.
All right. So what's next? Another face option. For what? I don't know. Just another face option.
Another face option for Prime. Now this, I believe, is a whole 3D printed head.
All right. And looks, that's definitely a 3D printed head there. Is it something that's getting produced, or is this like a... What's going on here?
My guess is this is just go order off this guy's site kind of thing. Yeah. So this is the reason why nobody's doing a head. You have to remove a pin to take the head off. And this is an entire head that fits right back in, and you have to put the pin back. Or you have to put something in place, some kind of pin.
I mean, it's fine. I don't know. It's probably too much effort. I still think that we could just make it. So we could make a faceplate that works with this. What I don't like about this 3D printed one is that it elongates the plate part of it, which gets to like the aesthetic part of what the fuck is it? I guess whatever the current show is, that is not really my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've got those like really long faces for Optimus Prime and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like this one does the exact same thing, and that's not really what animated Prime looked like. He didn't have that long face like that. Yeah. I mean, it's
Didn't
needed.
he though? No, I'm curious.
I don't feel like it was this long. I know it was a little longer, but I don't think it was this long.
Because they all had the Jay Leno chins, I remember.
Yeah, that they did.
I mean, Prime's face is pretty long in a lot of these pictures.
It is fairly long. I don't know. This feels too long, though. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. So
I guess I'd have to look at it and compare it. Maybe the other head's too squished. I don't know.
Could be.
Because he doesn't... Wow, actually, the more I look at the Has-brah face, the less I like it at all. Like, it doesn't really look right at all.
No, the Has-brah face is definitely wrong. It's very much like it's the same as the other, like the bulkhead and stuff like that, where it's kind of like a classic version of that face, So.
Yeah. Yeah, the more I look at that actual Legacy animated Optimus head, the one that the actual official one that comes on the toy, the less I like it, like at all. Wow.
Yeah. This could be the type of thing that I could see upgrading.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Is this the only thing I wonder about is if you were to put this one on. I haven't watched a YouTube video. I'm gonna try to watch it real fast here. Skip. So let's just say we put it on. Blah blah blah. Take out the pin.
What's funny is it looks like you pop the pin, you put a new neck joint in, and then the new neck joint doesn't actually attach to the head.
Yeah.
Which I guess is fine as long as it stays on, but...
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if I like this head. I'm not sure. I don't know what to do. I'm going to 3D print my own face mask. That's what I'm going to do. Fuck it. Newage
There you go.
has shown their Slag. And he is glorious looking.
He is.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. He looks just really good.
So good.
But
yeah, I don't either.
My big question is, Newage, when are you going to go ahead and release that swoop in the color options that everybody wants, which is blue with the chrome bits and stuff like that? Come on.
That is weird. That seems like an easy slam dunk.
Uh-huh.
And instead they're like, here's this made up shattered glass one, and here's this translucent one, and here it's like, come on.
Yeah, I don't really know if I understand. Like, I get what they're doing, but it's like, you know that everybody wants it this one way. Why don't you just do it? Like, what are you doing with your time and your life and all that stuff? So,
Right?
I don't understand. Like, it would be such an easy one, would get people to buy it, that because there's people that like the blue color with chrome, right? So that's all you need to do. Re-release your or your toon version, but chromify them, because that's what a lot of people kind of envision the Dinobots looking like in the cartoon. I mean, that's what I do kind of look at, like, and I recognize all my Dinobots are quote unquote toy aesthetic, given the chrome and all that stuff, but like Swoop's really the one where I feel like you can kind of give us the cartoon aesthetic with chrome and stuff like that, and people would be really happy. So
Yeah.
make it happen.
Yeah, I'm very surprised they haven't done that.
Yeah.
With as
Interesting
much as
that
they
Slag
love to
comes
do
with
repaints.
some effect parts. So
Yeah, the other interesting thing is I haven't seen any other releases hinted to have another part of Autobot X in them.
that's true.
I think we've gotten, 2 parts?
I don't know. I didn't get any parts because I got the EX version, and we weren't worth getting those parts for.
Yeah. The other thing that bugs me is there's no sword.
Yeah, that bugs me too. I think the EX versions of the Dinobots do come with the swords, which again I don't understand, because I feel like even the people who are into the cartoon aesthetics want the swords, right? And like, it's not like it costs you a whole bunch of money to cast the red sword or whatever. So
I think that changing out some of the accessories is fine, but I think things like the gun and the sword should come with everyone.
Yep.
And then, maybe with the toys you add the missile launcher.
Yeah.
Or, the blast effects get added to one but not the other, or the fish that came with the one Grimlock, or,
Yeah.
the googly eyes for Sludge. I think some of those are kind of like, well, this one, the missile launcher goes more with the toy, the googly eyes more with the cartoon, stuff like that. But to do like, here's the cartoon where he never had a sword, so we're not giving you a sword. It's like,
Yeah.
the swords and the Dinobots seem to go hand in hand always. So
Agreed.
I don't know.
I got a question. What Quinn is on? Like, what mold is that? That picture 13.
I think that's the little one that came with the Has-brah box set.
Okay.
What did they call that? It came with couple of tiny characters, and then it came with like the Voyager. It was Voyager class Quintesson and a deluxe Sharkticon, and
Gotcha.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what that is.
All right. Didn't
Looks great
recognize
with
it.
that.
It does. Nice scale.
Yeah.
So, and then I was kind of hoping, like I said, when I saw the swoop, I'm like, oh, no, he's still the cartoon one. No chrome. You could tease us. Come on. We're okay with it. Moving on. Dr. Wu is continuing on these tiny sub legends characters. Have shown off Cliffjumper and I guess a Shockwave. And it looks like Hubcap and Shockwave.
Yep.
I mean, they're versions of these toys, so.
Yeah. I mean, they're cool for what they are.
Yeah.
It is interesting that Dr. Wu is kind of just, he found a lane and
Going for it.
they're just going for it. And they're kind of on their own.
Mm-hmm. I messed with a couple of these because I think it was like 2 years ago now that Robert brought like the first couple of them to Bobby's place. And yeah, they were fun. I haven't messed with any of them for years, but I mean, for what they were fun and they were relatively inexpensive. So I don't know what they go for anymore. Let's see. Oh, no. Okay. I thought the links were going to take me to a store post. But, yeah, I mean, they're probably fine for what they are.
Yeah, they're not...
Probably not buying them, but they're fine.
They're not very expensive.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I have the Blaster. He's fine. He's a fun little figure. The world's smallest blaster that Just Died Toys did is actually a little more complex.
I don't think I ever got that one.
He's nice. Comes with a teeny tiny transforming steel jaw.
Okay.
Air quotes around transforming.
Yeah.
It's as good as the Ravage that came with the official world's smallest Soundwave.
Okay. I'd have to look which Just the Toys I have. I know I had the Dinobots. That was like one of my first Transformer scams I ever had on eBay way back in the day. I got the Justy Toys Dinobots, the set of 5 of them, and the person sent me like some like shitty like necklace thing. And eBay's like, well, they sent you something, didn't they? I'm like, I mean, yes, but not what I ordered. And they're like, well, there's nothing we can do. I'm like, what the fuck? So,
yeah.
Yeah. Learned on that one, but whatever. It is what it is. So
I sent a picture in our group chat that has that set. It's the Pit of Judgment.
Okay.
Maybe. I think. Let me look. Quintesson. I think it's Pit of Judgment. Yeah, Pit of Judgment. But you can see that little tentacle guy. They had like a little tiny.
That's not a bad
version
set
of
of
him.
toys, if I'm honest with you. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a little weird that they did the scale like that, but I don't know. I don't know why they did that. If you look at the box art, it's like they did a forced perspective on the picture, where it makes those like Kranix and the tentacle guy look really tiny because it's like forced perspective. So I wonder if they were like, yeah, we'll just do this. They're not really in scale together, but if you do the forced perspective thing, then it works. It's like, okay, I guess that's fine. A little weird, but all right.
Yeah. All right. Well, what's next? Magnificent Mecha has a gray prototype of Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime.
And Revenge of the Fallen.
And Revenge of the Fallen.
I'm sure they're almost identical in transformation.
I'm sure.
They just tweaked the...
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of tell
detailing.
the way, like, the chest and stuff, like, folds in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's fine if this is your Optimus Prime. The truck mode looks decent.
If this is anything even remotely close to their Bumblebee movie Prime that Magnificent Mecha did, I'll be all over both of these.
Yeah.
Because that Bumblebee movie Prime is beautiful.
Very nice.
It makes the actual official MPM Bumblebee movie Prime look like a toy. Like, legit. You know, this isn't a masterpiece. This is just a mainline toy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very impressive, in my opinion.
Well, that's good feedback to hear from it. So hopefully they don't disappoint you. I think it looks good. If I was a bigger fan of the movies, I could see being interested in this. So, yeah.
I really like the Revenge of the Fallen leader class figure that came out back in the day.
The one that goes, I am Optimus Prime, I am Optimus Prime, I am Optimus Prime. You have to take the batteries out when you transform him just so you can get him to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yes. I am familiar.
It reminds me of Armada. When Armada came out, there was a BotCon happening. And the Armada toys were just hitting. And so as I was driving to BotCon with a friend of mine, we would stop and, check. And I found a red alert. And that's back when Voyagers and Ultra Class still had lights and sounds and batteries and such.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody else who got red alert, like when you put the minicon on or whatever, he's just like, red alert, woo, 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 woo. Well, mine was like special. And I changed the batteries and everything. And every time I did it, mine was like, red alert, woo, 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 woo.
Amazing.
I put fresh batteries in and everything. Didn't matter.
It's awesome.
Yeah, this made me think of that. But
Do you still have it?
no, that's long gone.
Aw. Be interesting to know if it
I
still
probably
was special.
should've. My another friend of mine, Ron, he had the Super Fire Convoy from Car Robots
Mm-hmm.
that came over here as just Optimus Prime and in
Yeah.
Robots in Disguise 2001. And so his had the Japanese sound effects and voice. And there was this one, I don't know what he was saying, but it sounded like he was saying, I'm a go for ball, transform. And his would just go off randomly on the shelf without touching it, without. So you'd hear that every once in a while from his shelves. He had to take the batteries out.
That's awesome. I love malfunctioning electronics. They're always the most fun.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, what's next?
I don't know. What is next? New Age Dirty Hobo Megatron, and it's not a legend scale figure. So I'm assuming that this is the movie Megatron with his tarp. Yeah.
This is Dark of the Moon. Megatron with his
XM2 Duel.
dirty tarp and his shotgun, hobo with a shotgun.
I mean, it looks friggin' awesome.
It does.
Mad Max Megatron kind of looks like something I feel like I kind of want, if I'm honest with you.
I really dig this design, and it has... I remember seeing this in the theater, and I'm like, this has no reason to exist.
Yeah.
Like, Megatron in the first movie, 2007 movie, it's like, okay, I get it. He's frozen in ice, and he doesn't give a fuck. He wakes up, and he's just ready to destroy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But after he, gets it handed to him, and he gets resurrected in the second movie, it's like, okay, at what point are you guys going to actually, like, all of you are going to take actual disguise? Like, Megatron doesn't take disguise. He's like, okay, now I'm a big, crazy Cybertron tank and flying thing that's not the same as the first movie.
Robots
like
in disguise, except for Megatron, who's going to come at you.
Yeah, exactly.
We've lost sight of Megatron. Like, well, there is this weird truck.
Yeah, and then it's like in the third movie, he's like, fine, I'll take an Earth mode. Just watched Mad Max. I'll take one of those trucks. Like, what?
Fine, if I have to.
Yeah. I don't know. I always thought that this looked cool in general. It just always felt out of place.
Yeah. I hear you.
But I love the look of it for some reason.
Yeah,
this is a figure, by the way. So there were a few figures that I bought the official figure in a store off the shelf, and then was like, nope, and returned it.
Yeah.
And this was one of them. I bought the leader class, Dark of the Moon Megatron, and I was like, well, this is a piece of shit, and I returned it.
I'm pretty sure I have this figure somewhere and was disappointed in it. I don't know. I don't know if I still have it.
I did the same with that big three figure dragon that came out for the last night. It was a big leader class, and it was like, I don't even remember its name. it's so meaningless in the show, in the movie.
Yeah.
It's just a MacGuffin, basically.
Did
But that
did
thing
you
is a
did you
piece of
ever
shit.
did you ever mess with the Soundwave that they did?
The Newage? No.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I'll have to look at reviews. Like, how was he good or bad to transform?
So this one is one that Robert and I were chatting about in our chat, that he said, I don't remember if Bobby did a review, but I know Deluxe did one, and he said he talked to Matt about it, and Matt loves the figure, but said he is an absolute nightmare to transform, the Soundwave. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, it does. I feel like this Megatron looks like he's a figure that would be an absolute nightmare to transform to, if I'm honest with you.
I know I've watched reviews of the Unique Toys Megatron, and he is not as good as their other movie things, and he is a nightmare to transform.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is one of those things, like, I don't know if I see how you make this without him being a nightmare to transform.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
But he does look so good.
He does look good. I do like Dirty Hobo Megatron.
Like, I don't even understand why he picked this. Like, there's absolutely nothing makes sense about this to me. I don't, it's like they just said, oh, hey, what about this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they had a dartboard full of concept models for Megatron, concept art for Megatron, and this is the one the dart hit.
You're not
I mean,
wrong.
seriously, like, what is this? And if you look at Dark of the Moon, are there any other characters that are just like, what the fuck is this?
Nope.
Not really. I mean, the NASCAR guys were a little weird because they were like pimped out NASCAR, but at least they were based on something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very strange.
Yeah. No, Megatron just didn't care. Which is funny because, like, it makes sense that, you know, a bunch of them came in as military vehicles, you know, like.
Right.
I mean, that part makes sense.
But again, even if you don't care, let's go with that concept for a moment. Let's just say Megatron doesn't care. What's the function behind this? At least in the first one, it's like, okay, he's a jet. He's some kind of jet or spacecraft.
Exactly.
He can fly. And he can go real fast. In the second one, Revenge of the Fallen, again, he can fly and he's a tank. Okay, those at least have functional.
Yeah. This
purposes.
one he's like,
and this one,
let's go with the truck. I'm ground based now.
let's go with a truck, and I'm hauling something. What am I hauling? I don't know. The rest of my body? I don't know. Like,
Something.
what's under the tarp? I don't know. It's not like he's a missile carrier or he's like, you know, Onslaught and he's carrying around other Decepticons like a shuttle or a tank. No, he's just, I don't know. I guess he's a little insane or something too at this point. Who knows?
It would make sense for him to be carrying around like a missile or something underneath the tarp.
Yeah. Oh, I guess he's a tank truck.
He is a tanker truck, but why?
Okay. What's he carrying?
Yeah,
It's not Energon.
Yeah.
It's not fuel.
Mm-hmm. Nope. Just seriously, someone saw Mad Max and like, that's it. That's Megatron.
Yeah.
I kind of want it though.
It is cool. Like, you know, so here's what they could have done. They could have done like a whole sort of subplot story where Megatron got messed up and retreated, and there's some, I don't know, some faraway guerrilla warfare based group that he infiltrated, and this was their truck.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And it's like, it's off in a desert somewhere, and it's all cobbled together because that's what they've done with this one truck.
Yeah.
They could have done something like that. Like, oh, he's off in some faraway region with some little military group.
Yeah, that would have made more sense than what they did. Give him some kind of reason to have this truck.
Instead, he's just hanging out in the city with his like little hobo cape on.
People in the city see this truck driving on through, they're like, that sounds about right, you know? Yeah. Imagine this truck driving down like streets of New York City, no one's batting an eye. Just, it's fun.
See, now if this truck was driving around current New York with all the tent cities, maybe it would fit in. People be like, "Oh yeah, we've had those here since after COVID. Trucks just like that." Anyway, yeah, this looks pretty great. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. I depending on the price, I might be in on this just because I dig it. All right, companions with paint for that unpainted Metroplex. So I'm assuming that this is the 6-gun and Scamper.
Culture. Yep. And they actually look like they have some paint on them.
I don't know what I want to do here. I honestly don't. I don't know. I don't know. I feel bad investing any more money in this thing. Like I can't stand this fucking Metroplex. Like every time I look at it, it brings my blood to a boil.
It bugs the crap out of me because I think we talked about this. They should have cut all the electronics or almost all of the electronics and put all that money into finishing the product.
Mm-hmm.
Paint, appropriate accessories, etc.
Yeah. They should have, frankly, 6-gun and Scamper should have come with it. You should have cut out the bullshit, honestly.
Yeah, for those listening who don't know this figure, the Cyan Culture Metroplex has almost zero paint on it.
Mm-hmm.
And
got some shitty stickers.
It's some really shitty stickers, like 2 or 3 of them. But it comes with a whole bunch of lights. And it comes with 26 batteries or something?
Something like that.
Most of which don't even work or die quickly because they're cheap batteries.
It comes with 2 sets of circuit boards. One that turns on based on a little key fob thing. And then one that turns on based on magnetic contacts that basically flips the switch on the board. The key fob one, how it works, is constantly draining batteries, so the batteries will only be good for a day or 2 tops, even with fresh good batteries from somewhere else. It will drain all the batteries like that. So that's out. So you use the magnetic ones because you don't have any other choice, but already you've added, let's see, there was 2 arms, the 2 feet, what else?
The chest has one right in the center.
Yeah.
The head has one.
And then the back tower. So, what is that? That's like 7 extra circuit boards that you're never going to use because you can't use them. They're like unusable.
Well, there's more because there's 2 in the 2 big red guns that don't plug into anything. They just float around on the inside. So there's those 2. There's the 2 on the shoulders. So that's 4. You got the centerpiece is 5. The head 6, the back turret 7, the 2 toes 8 and 9.
Mm-hmm. There's the other one where the landing pad is. That one turns on too.
Oh yeah, the other one in his chest. Yep. So that's 7, 8,
8, I believe.
So yeah, you have 8 circuit boards that light up with the magnet, which is in the tip of the black guns.
Yeah, and at least 6 of those give you the option of having the key fob one. So,
yeah, 6 or 7 of them. I think the head one might be the only one that does not.
I think you're right. So
yeah, so they doubled all of those circuit board wise. So there's 2 sets of circuit boards. There's a key fob.
Mm-hmm.
None of that should be in there, in my opinion.
No, I don't even care about the magnet ones. You could have cut them out too, frankly, and just put good stickers behind. You know, you saw the one. What I did is I went and I bought some transparent, like acetate film, and I put it in front of the thing. So even when the sticker or the lights aren't on, there's still yellow building lights on him. You know, like and it looks fine. I don't ever have to turn it on. He looks fine. So.
And then they put in a battery for each board.
Yeah.
So it's not just like, there's, 10 lights, so there's 10 batteries. No, there's double the number of batteries, plus batteries for the key fob, plus extra batteries.
Mm-hmm.
So there's all these batteries, which caused all kinds of shipping problems. Both of us saw 3 shipping notices each.
Yep.
For our Metroplex. And I saw people online saying that they had shipping problems because there's actual batteries. So shipping costs were higher, plus they had to go through extra hoops. They couldn't ship this with anything else. Not that that's a huge deal because it's a big box anyway, but
yeah,
all that stuff that they could have cut out money-wise and spent on paint apps, even just paint apps alone would have made this figure way better. And it would have cost way less to do paint apps than to put all those batteries and electronics in. And some of those some of those lights, who cares? Like the toes?
Yeah, who fucking cares?
Who the fucking cares? Yeah. The city lights, okay, that's cool. Your option with the yellow panels, great alternative. Fantastic alternative. But this is the kind of thing I almost wish they would have been like, yeah, here's Metroplex. And if you want a light kit, we're going to do an upgrade kit. If you don't want the light kit, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You want to pay extra for lights, pay extra for lights. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, here he is. He's painted. And then there's a lot of things that it feels like they just didn't finish. Like his arms don't touch when you fold them up for battle station mode.
Mm-hmm.
There's a tab that sticks out that looks like it should plug into the other section of the arm, but it doesn't. It doesn't look right. It looks like it's unfinished. It's like this should snap together properly, and it does not. It sits at a slight angle because I don't know why. It just doesn't.
It just does.
They just didn't finish it, it feels like. And then, yeah, and Slammer looks like shit.
Yeah.
He doesn't look right at all.
Yeah. Well, and that brings me back to this too. Like, Scamper. That's not what Scamper looks like. Like, the front end of Scamper here in CN Cultures looks kind of like a Monte Carlo-esque front end. And that's not what he looks like at all. Like, he has, like, the raised grill part, but then the sides slope down very sports car-like. You know, like, if you look at the G1 toy, like, he does not look like this. This looks like someone took, like I said, a Monte Carlo and attached its front end to some other car, you know?
It does. Looks like an 80s Monte Carlo.
Yeah, and like...
Early 80s.
It even looks like... It looks like someone basically made like a custom Scamper. You know, like I found this Transformers toy that kind of, if I paint it black and you squint a little, kind of looks like Scamper. Cool. I made Scamper, you know, like...
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it. Like, Six Gun's fine. He's fine, whatever. But he's far too small. I don't know. I'd just rather use the Has-brah Six Gun that they did a couple years ago. But Scamper is so bad looking. And then, yeah, Slammer is just... The Slammer that they gave us is trash. He's got weird... Doesn't he have, like, a black turret? Or something like that?
Yeah, he's... Yeah, I don't understand that. He has a black turret. And he just doesn't look right at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. A Scamper... I think Scamper looks fine with regards to this Metroplex, because this Metroplex is a little bit of a hot mess of what is it. It's sort of G1, it's sort of Generations Metroplex. It's like it kind of grabbed elements of both and kind of smashed them together.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This Metroplex is very annoying to me.
Yeah.
There's parts of it that I'm like, all right, this looks good. This will work with like a Legends display. More or less. Is it too small? Arguably, sure. Yeah, it could be bigger. But in robot mode, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
As far as like when you look at like Scramble City or the few episodes where Triptychon and Metroplex fought and they had, you know, regular Transformers next to him. It's like, okay, actually, Metroplex is a far bigger city than he is a robot almost. I don't know. That's one of the ones where scale's kind of like, well, it kind of changes. It's like Astro Train. You know, how do all the Decepticons fit inside Astro Train? You know?
Yeah. Let me see.
When he's...
What are these going for? Oh, we don't know yet. Oh, no.
shows...
Oh, no.
Oh, no. What?
I'm looking up CN Culture on Shozy Store, and there's a pre-order for Scorponok too. Don't do it, people. Do not buy their Scorponok. Oh my god. I don't know if we knew that there was a Scorponok coming, but
I think we saw the head. I think we talked about that on here. All they had was Zarek, I don't think. Oh yeah, we did see this. They just have the CAD model.
yeah, see, I don't know what I want to do, because, like, part of me thinks that, I want a Scamper and I want a 6-gun to complete this Metroplex, but then I'm like, I fucking hate this Metroplex. Like, legitimately, nothing bothers me worse than this Metroplex. I don't know. Alright, well, I've had enough of this Metroplex, so, up next is the MPM scaled World War II Optimus? I don't know what this is. So what is this? It's definitely Optimus. He's got exhaust pipes for ears.
Yeah, if you look, I think the first comment under most relevant has a picture from Don Figueroa.
Oh.
Concept art, maybe for, wasn't the one G.I. Joe Transformer comic from Dreamwave back in the day, World War II?
I think so, yeah. Yeah. That's cool. That's interesting. So it's kind of like this armored truck thing. Huh. Interesting. They didn't quite nail what's going on. I assume that, that whatever's going on in the center is just because it's a prototype, but he's got that weird circle going on. Maybe, I wonder if they're intending to put something there and just outlining it. I don't know. I have no clue what's going on with that, but it's an interesting look.
It is.
Oh, you do have a truck mode here. Okay. I thought I went through all the pictures. The truck is kind of interesting. It's very panel-y. And I would expect that the actual end result would fit better. But I don't know.
Yeah, hard to say. It almost looks like maybe it's transformed a little wrong, too.
Maybe.
If you look at the one truck picture, where you get a pretty good side view of it, and you have that wheel that's like a spare tire.
Yeah.
The panel below that almost looks like it should be flipped over.
I could see that, yeah.
So that it matches onto the panel behind it. So I wonder if maybe this is a combination of prototype and not quite put all together.
I mean, it looks interesting.
I think it looks pretty cool. I want to see what it looks like, with fully painted.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with the chest in robot mode.
Yeah, it looks like some kind of paint on there, so I just was wondering if there was, I don't know. I don't know if it's just, I don't know why it's got that black ring on it, Yeah,
because that's the top of the truck. And if you look at the top of the
I wonder if it's, okay, so if you look at the top of the truck where the machine gun is sticking out, there is like a ring there. So I wonder, did it just like rub into it or something? I don't know. But then, okay. So then that ring part doesn't look like it's present. Like, does it pop off? Or is it supposed to be there?
Does it pop off or does it fold underneath?
Yeah, I don't know. And what's with the thing that's sticking up from the back there?
I don't know.
Like, that doesn't look right either. Like, there should be something else going on with that back piece.
Is that supposed to be like a gun?
I don't know. It doesn't look like it. It looks like a beam,
See, that almost looks like it should be folded down and hidden away, too. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, I look forward to seeing what they do with this. Like, it looks like it's an interesting concept. I don't know if I'm buying it, but it looks interesting for sure. I can understand the appeal of this.
Yeah.
What colors do you want this? Do you want this in Optimus Prime colors, or do you want this in like army greens and stuff?
See, that's a tough question because you know that TFC, whatever his name is.
Yeah, the Rolling Thunder Prime.
The Rolling Thunder Prime. Yes. So I'm torn on that one. I actually have the green one. And I went back and forth on that. Like, do I want the red and white one, red, white, and blue one, or do I want the proper green one? And I got the green one, and I have no regrets, but I kind of also want the Prime one.
Yeah. I have that one in the Optimus Prime colors, but I could definitely see where you want it in the green. I could see it go either way, right? So
now what really pisses me off or irks me is TFC then did Dominator Megatron.
And he's only come in silver.
And he only comes in Megatron colors. He's based off of Destro's Dominator, and I have that figure, and it's fantastic, but it only comes in Megatron colors, and I really want it in Destro Dominator colors.
Agreed.
Annoying.
It's a weird decision they made there.
It really is.
Yeah.
And they've gone on to do like 8 or 9 literally repaints and retools of the Optimus and nothing on Megatron. I thought for sure they were going to do a Destro's Dominator colored the black and red and gold.
Yeah.
And they never did. And I waited and waited for it to match the green Optimus. And then when it went on sale, I'm like, I'm just going to get the silver one before it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
All right, 3.5-ish party thrust coming. So this looks like a knockoff-ish. Like a knockoff / upgrade of, I'm assuming, is that the Takara mold?
Yeah, people are pointing out a bunch of places where this is obviously... I mean, obviously, Takara hasn't done cone heads with the MP52 mold yet.
Mm-hmm.
But this is very much...
Yeah, like the
MP52 mold.
Yeah, it looks like the whole center part of it looks like MP52.
It really does. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. Hopefully they fix the fucking feet, because the MP52 mold is I have a love-hate with that mold. I think it looks fantastic. It's a little thick, yes, but the cartoon accuracy of the robot, so good.
Mm-hmm.
The ankles are fucking trash.
Yeah.
Like, Takara should be ashamed of those ankles. It takes a figure that rivals MP44 and makes it just it's good.
Yeah.
It's like, this could have been a 10 or a 9, and it's a 7.
I still never even opened my Takara Masterpiece Skywarp or Thundercracker I've got downstairs. So I've never even messed with the mold. I don't know, because I'm afraid to, because I've got all the Make Toys ones, and I'm like, I can't. Like, this will be, if I get rid of this will be like the 4th time I've replaced Seekers and Coneheads. I'm like, I can't. So, because I had the original, so what did I have? I had the G1, the MP Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp, the original MPs.
The MP03 mold.
Yeah, and then at that time, Takara didn't do cone heads. So I got the iGear set of 3 of them.
Yep.
And then I think I kept the iGear for a while. I think I only sold them like a couple years ago. But then I upgraded to the more modern version of Starscream, the one where they did... No, you know what? I had the original Starscream, and then I had the more modern version of that original mold for Thundercracker and Skywarp, I think.
MP11 mold.
Yeah. Or maybe I had Skywarp in the original. Yes, I think so. And then I had the more modern Starscream and Thundercracker. Whatever. I had the iGears, then I got rid of all that, and I got the Make Toys, 3 of them. And then I picked up the Yes Model cone heads for a while. Then I sold them off. And once Make Toys was like, yeah, we're doing the cone heads. I'm like, okay. And then I had to wait forever. And then I finally got my cone heads. I'm like, I just can't do it again. I'm sorry, I can't.
Well, what you need to do is you need to start collecting the Colorverse.
Oh, God, no.
God,
no. So
I'm surprised we don't have a new color reveal this week in the news.
I know.
It's,
me too.
It's a little sad, actually.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for him to do a shitstorm. Just make it happen.
Let's do it.
You just need it to be like Pooh Storm or something like that, so it's not offensive to everybody. So
yeah.
Anyway,
what if we find out? Because let's see, is there a name attached to this? No. Masterpiece Ultra. Now that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's some companies like, well, if we just make Masterpiece 2 words instead of 1 and we add Ultra, well, they can't complain.
Uh-huh. Did the modern molds have the like missile things that flipped up like this? If you look at the pictures, so you got the first picture where he's kind of doing the knee thing where his attached wing is looking real janky.
Oh.
And then the next one,
titty missiles?
Yeah, you get flips up the thing and has the titty missiles.
I think so.
Yeah.
Look, I don't have him.
What's interesting also in titty missiles is all the clear of the fuselage there. Like, what's going on there? That's weird.
It does. It looks unfinished.
Yeah. I mean, I assume it is unfinished, but strange. Watch, it comes out with this clear chest piece like that. Just like that.
Yep, he has them. Here, I'll toss pick and chat. Here's MP52.
Titty missile.
Titty missile attack.
Okay.
I mean, like it's identical.
So yeah, they're definitely taking the MP52 mold here.
I mean, the whole crotch area you can tell is the same. The whole chest area.
Mm-hmm.
So wouldn't it be funny though if this turns out to actually be iGear? Because you know how there's always those rumors that iGear's coming back, and they showed off like an Ironhide and Ratchet. Remember that a year and a half ago? And then they just disappeared again, and that never came out. And
it just turns out we've been buying iGear the whole time, and they're really fans' toys, something like that. Just quality's drastically improved.
That would be funny.
Yeah. All right. Well, Hot Wheels Optimus Prime. So, when I saw this, I was like, "Whoa, this is friggin' cool!" And I was like, "I want a Hot Wheels Optimus Prime, a little masterpiece Optimus Prime that scales with Hot Wheels cars." I'm like, "That is super cool." I'm like, "How much is it?" I'm like, $80. And then I was like, "Okay, well, I mean, like, I would have rather him be around 50." And I'm like, "Oh, he doesn't come with the trailer." I'm like, "Oh, now I'm completely out." Like the sweet spot would have been $50 with a trailer to me, because anything more than that, and I just don't see where the value is in this thing. And like, when you compare him, the fact that he's like half the size of the Missing Link one, who's $20 cheaper, and he has less articulation, than the Missing Link. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not seeing the value here.
He has less articulation and he has less accessories.
Yeah. So, and now I'm sure he has more diecast to him, right? Like, he probably is heavier in the ways of diecast. They show a picture of him on the scale where he's 96 grams. I'd like to see what Missing Link Optimus. Is this the Missing Link that's on here? Yes, it is. Okay, so Missing Link Optimus is 162 grams. So, yeah, I think that checks out. So, I mean, the Missing Link Optimus has some diecast on him. Probably not as much as this one has, but like, it just feels like $80 for just the cab is just ridiculous to me.
It's terrible.
And like,
and you can get Missing Link Optimus on Has-brah Pulse right now, $70, and there's that 15% off code that makes him $59.50.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, by way of going the other direction with it, I bought my Missing Link Prime from Has-brah Pulse using the code, and I got the version with the trailer, and he was like $106.
Uh-huh.
The $26 extra, I get the trailer with roller, all the extra accessories, all the extra articulation, more than twice the size.
Yeah.
And it's like, how is this thing $80 fucking dollars?
Yeah. And like, what's weird is like, they're like, well, it's got collectible packaging and you can display him in his truck mode or his robot mode in the packaging. I'm like, the fuck do I want to do that for? Like, if I got this thing, like, This is the type of Optimus that's sitting on my desk here, and I flip them back and forth because he's G1 Optimus at a small scale. You know?
Yep.
And, like, I
Another
know the
thing-
world's smallest exists, but, like, this is legit G1 Optimus.
Yeah. Yeah, and the other thing that's kind of annoying to me, so they are doing a Bumblebee Hot Wheel and an Optimus Prime Hot Wheel that are just Hot Wheels. They don't transform. And the Optimus comes with a trailer.
Yep.
So he's 1/64th scale, same size as this.
Yep.
Two
And
things.
you're like,
One,
oh,
comes with
perfect.
a trailer,
Yeah.
and he's $10. $10 for Prime and the trailer. And people have already confirmed the trailer does not work with this Optimus. Like, why would you do that? Why would you fucking do that? Just for $10, you could be like, yeah, if you want the trailer, go buy the retail release of the 1/64th scale Hot Wheel Optimus, comes with a trailer, plugs right onto this thing.
Yeah,
Nope.
it won't open and all that stuff, but you'll have the complete truck. So,
Yeah, but instead they're like, nah, fuck off.
yeah. I'm honestly waiting for a company like one of these fourth party companies to come out and just remake this. Like, I don't even give a shit if most of it's plastic. If all of it's plastic. I don't care.
Agreed.
Like, just someone come out with a G1 Optimus and give me the whole damn thing for $50. You know?
Yeah.
Justy Toys, come back from your grave.
I don't think they're quite dead. They did a Hound like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, come back from your grave and make me a Hot Wheels scale Optimus Prime, and I'll buy it. It needs to have a trailer, and it needs to be around $50. So,
yeah.
I mean, because
the
like
thing
everything
that kind of pisses me off about this too is it sold out in 15 minutes supposedly.
Well, and that's because the Hot Wheel collectors are friggin' batty people. They really are. Those
true.
Hot Wheel collectors are so absurd in their collecting habits. So, yeah. I don't know. Well,
I don't know either. This thing, I don't know.
yeah, I was
I
trying
think
to
it's
think like
super cool in concept, but I think it should have been $30 to $40 tops with a trailer included. Even if the trailer just opened with no roller. Roller should
Exactly.
be included. But I mean, roller doesn't have to be anything than just a little die-cast chunk with 6 wheels.
I would have probably bought it again, $50. $50. It had a trailer, all of the Hot Wheels trailer where maybe the back doors opened. The trailer didn't have to split in half. It didn't have to have roller, but I needed the trailer and I needed Optimus Prime and I needed it to be like $50. So,
Yeah, even with everything included, $80 would have felt like way too much.
yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, like, in the concept, like, when I saw this, like, I was like, oh, that's super cool. And, like, immediately went to go and, like, see where I could get it or pre-order it. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, not for that price. Like, no friggin' way.
It just really bothers me that they didn't. There's like no engineering here either. It's not like they had to go, oh my god, how do we make something transform? It's like, no, you just had to scale down G1 Optimus.
Yeah, exactly. There was nothing you needed to do here. So, yeah. And then to just not work with the cheaper products trailer, like, come on.
Yeah, it's your own goddamn setup. Just make that trailer work. That's all you had to do.
Yeah. I don't know. So let's move on to that Optimus. Don't feel like getting bent over completely by Mattel? No worries. They have some more. So we see this is their, I guess, what do you call this? This is their Optimus that doesn't transform. I don't know what the scale's called. So they have that, and then they have Bumblebee, and Bumblebee's just a Volkswagen.
Yeah, so the Bumblebee, I mean, he looks good, but it looks very Hot Wheelsy, right? With the wheels.
Yeah.
It looks kind of like a hot rod Volkswagen.
Yeah, it doesn't
but
really...
I feel like that's a very Hot Wheels thing.
It is, yeah. It does, I mean, and the same goes for Optimus Prime, right? Like, the wheels don't really look right on Optimus, but, I mean, it's the Hot Wheels. So...
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, these look fun. I think these are cool. These are fun. And, I know you can pre-order the Optimus for $10, so I'm sure Bumblebee is, $3 or something, $4. And, I think these are fun. I think these are cool.
Yeah.
These are the kind of things that if these came out when I was a kid, I
Oh, yeah.
would've
I'd
wanted
be
them.
all over them for sure.
But, yeah. So, yeah, they're fun.
Yeah. You know what?
I guess you get that
I would have been in
Prime?
on them if I could get the other Prime and this trailer worked, and they were like $50. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
But whatever.
What are you doing, Mattel?
You know, what are you doing? And what are you doing, Hasbro? Make your own fucking product.
Right.
What the hell? All right,
Who owns
Generation
Matchbox?
Was that?
Is Matchbox still a thing? Remember Matchbox?
Matchbox is owned by Hot Wheels too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Never
so
mind.
basically, Mattel owns Matchbox and Hot Wheels. Typically speaking, as I understand it, Matchbox is supposed to be more of like, and it's not always the case, but a lot of times it's more of like the classic like car you would drive on the road type thing, whereas Hot Wheels are more like racing versions or just like extreme versions of the vehicles, I think is how the brand kind of goes anymore. So I think that's the difference between Hot Wheels and Matchbox anymore. But I feel like you only see Hot Wheels, and then like once in a while you see Matchbox in like a dollar store. So maybe that's the true distinction: is Matchbox is now the dollar store Hot Wheels. I don't know.
Interesting. Did they always own them? Or were
No,
they a separate
I don't think
company
so.
At some point?
I think
Okay.
they were
That makes
competitors for a
sense.
while. So, yeah. All right.
All right.
Well, Generation Select Smallfoot, and this just bothers the shit out of me because this is not Smallfoot. This is what is it? This is when Hasbro got the rights to the GoBots names or whatever, and they released the mini-bots, and like, yes, there was a repaint of Gears slash Swerve. And they called it Smallfoot, and there it is in all its ugly ass colors. This is not Smallfoot.
Nope. I mean, at least, yeah, I guess I big sigh because, yeah, at least they put a different head on.
Sort of.
I feel like-
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this is just easy cash grab.
If you scroll down in the comments, someone put 2 little black bows on the top because it does kind of look like little hair. But I don't know. Like, I hate it. Like, give the GoBots the respect they deserve. Like, honestly, like, and I don't know. Were people in 2003 with eHobby super excited about this set? Like, I don't know. Was this a big deal? Oh my God, it's the GoBots
people
names, but
love
they
that
look
set.
nothing like it. They do? Well,
Yeah,
good,
oh, yeah,
I guess.
people love that set. It still goes for a ton of money.
It's because GoBots rule.
This is part of a 3-pack, right? It's Treds.
I didn't see. I saw we get Treds is next, but I didn't see someone else. There's another one.
It's a rumored 3-pack coming. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure who the other one is.
All right. Well, let's move on. We'll go to Treds too.
Look at Treds.
Treds is just a Warpath repaint, and
Treds is even worse because
Yeah.
they didn't do anything. They didn't put a new head on. They didn't try anything. They're just like, here, he's molded in green with like no paint.
yeah,
Ta-da!
minimal effort. Yeah.
I mean, I do like that mold. I don't know. I like that Warpath mold. I have it.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the few other figures. Oh, maybe it's the black repaint of Pipes
Hover, yeah, maybe.
or Huffer that they're doing. Because they already did the Bug Bite. Bug Bite they at least had in the show, right?
Yeah, the Bug Bite looks cool. I like the color scheme of the white and black Bumblebee mold like that. Now my dog is having a dream.
Yeah, I mean, this is fine. This is
It's fine. It's not what I want, though. I mean, I just want you to,
Agreed.
like, legitimately... I mean, at least the big 6. Try some GoBots. I think they would sell. So, at least the big 6. I don't think you could flesh out an entire GoBots line. Like, I don't ever think that I'd get a Rescue or a Hands Cuff anymore. But, like, if you made Psykill, Copter, and Crasher for the bad guys, and then, what? Leader 1, Turbo... fucking Scooter.
Yep, I think Turbo and Scooter are kind of...
Yeah, I think you could get away with Smallfoot for the the Guardian side too. And then past that, I don't know if you would end up. Oh, you know what? Villain side, you probably could throw in Tux, because Tux always seems to be one of those characters that seems pretty popular. People seem to remember the limousine that turns into a dapper robot, you know? So.
Yeah, Tux would be awesome. And I think some of the cool things about some of those is there's nothing that kind of fits with Transformers.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you can shoehorn Smallfoot. It's a truck, fine. I think that's kind of shit, but
yeah,
at least there's a truck.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no limousine. There's no scooter.
Yeah.
There's no futuristic tank like Tankor, or whatever his name was, Blaster, the orange one, and I don't know. I'd love to see some proper GoBots as well.
I would too, sure. And I really wish that Action Toys kept going with it. I don't even know, they had that prototype, had to been 6 years ago now, right? Where they showed that they had a turbo coming and stuff like that, and then it just nope, gone.
I think they lost the rights. That, what is it, Mega House now has figures coming out.
Well, Mega House, if you're going to go ahead and make a turbo, then I'm in. I know they have a couple figures. They have Tank is coming out, but I'm I don't care about Tank enough to replace my Action Toys one, if I'm honest with you.
Is his name Tank or Tankor? I always get that mixed up.
He's just Tank. The blue tank is just Tank.
And wasn't there an orange one named Blaster?
Yes.
Okay. Blaster was a good guy.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Action Toys had some good GoBots. They weren't all bad. But the fact that they teased the Turbo and Turbo never came out deeply, deeply disappoints me. A hope and a dream.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, Turbo was my jam as a kid, right? I friggin' loved Turbo. And the Action Toys one doesn't even look that good, all things considered. It actually looks decisively worse than I thought he looked. Hold on, I'm going to share the picture when I get it to load here. Oh yeah, that's bad. Open image, copy image address. Let's make sure that goes somewhere. All right, let's put this in the chat here. Look at that Turbo. I mean, he's got the windshield that ends and then it goes back to his crotch, and then he's got what looks like outwardly hollow arms. The inside is not waffles, the outside is kind of waffly.
What is going on here?
I mean, it's probably a good thing that this Turbo didn't release, honestly, but I would have bought one and I would have loved it. Look at the arbs.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there.
That doesn't look great.
No.
That doesn't look great.
I have the rest of these. The what the hell is it? Blockhead, the cement mixer, is a fantastic fucking toy. He is so good. He's fun to play with. He's got 2 knives that strap to his legs that end up being little, I guess they're smokestacks in his truck mode. He's so good. So friggin' good. Yeah, if you can find a Blockhead for cheap, you should get him. Let me see. I can't find it. I guess he's Cement Mixer Robo or something like that.
Yeah, it's another thing that bugs me is Mega House has done 3 figures so far in their Machine Robo line. And they have a bike Robo, which of course is Psykill, but he doesn't come with the Psykill head. He just comes with the Machine Robo head.
And that's the one way you could get me to buy it, right? Is oh, and we also threw in the Psykill head. Oh, okay, then I'm in.
Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah.
That would be great. Yeah, I don't know. I wish somebody we talked about before, even Magic Square. If Magic Square did it, New Age did it, one of those Legends companies was you know what? We're going to do a GoBot mold every once in a while, and it's going to be a legit GoBot mold. Mm-hmm. And we'll make it so that we can get lots of repaints out of it.
Yeah.
But we're going to do it. And then do the opposite, If you've got a Smallfoot that comes out and it's a proper Smallfoot, Then do like I don't know. There's got to be a repaint of it somewhere in Machine Robo or something, or do some weird Transformer repaint, like a Micromaster of one of the. And I don't pretend to know all the Micromaster names, but I know there's a little monster truck or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Repaint them into that, and that's how New Age gets their other repaints out of it. Do a shattered glass, do all those little fun things,
Absolutely. Yeah.
And just do one every once in a while. Don't just be like, oh, we're going to do the next 6 releases or GoBots. Just be like, nope, here's a side kill, and it's a proper side kill. Then repaint him into a Junkion.
I'm actually surprised that nobody's really tried. Like given that G1 has been beaten to death. By all these, they've been beaten to death by every third party company,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm surprised that nobody's just given it a try, at least for one, Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to me that nobody's tried to do just one of them at least, just to test the market. So.
Yeah. The only thing we do get is kind of half-assed repaints.
Yeah.
At least from third-party companies and Has-brah.
Yeah.
I mean, Has-brah should legit just do a GoBots line. They have the rights. They could easily...
I'd like to see it.
Just put them out.
Yeah. They
could put them out on proper card backs or boxes, whatever, everything. They could do it.
Yeah,
ship it in there with your other stuff.
What bothers me about the Mega House, and I guess it's because I'm approaching it from a GoBot standpoint, and they're most definitely doing it from a Machine Robo standpoint, is everything you are releasing is just what's already come out. Make something friggin' new.
I wonder if Mega House, this is one of those deals who is the one that got the Yamato... Robotech or Macross designs, they actually, what is it, Arcadia or Acadia actually has the molds. I don't know how that all went down, but they have the actual molds that I think it's Yamato or maybe it's Bandai did of the smaller Valkyries and such. And so they've been re-releasing those. And even the SDF1 they did.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering about these Mega House, if they are, because I don't have any of them. I couldn't tell you. I was wondering if they were just redos of the action toys or what. I don't think so, though. I don't know. Let me see. Where's Tank? It's hard to tell because when they transform, they just look exactly like the other one. I don't know. I was close on getting Tank because he's the right colors, but I need something else. Give me something else before I decide to come in on Tank, okay? I don't want to buy Tank and just be like, okay, great. So,
right.
I don't know. They needed to give me a Psykill head. That's all they need to do. Is a replacement head that turns him into Psykill. So, I don't know. Just makes me so angry. And then when Action Toys actually put out a Psykill, you know what I'm talking about? They did the masterpiece scaled Psykill, and he's friggin' awesome. And then nobody else did it. And everybody raved about it, how great it is. Oh, he's so awesome. And then nothing.
And nothing to go with him in that scale either.
Yeah. No Leader 1, nothing else. Just Psykill. And then X-Transbot's we're going to do it too. And do it fucking terrible. Dicks. All right, what's next?
I don't know.
GameStop has some custom controllers. I'm not sure if these are controllers or skins or what exactly they are. I think they might just be overlays. No. Okay. So whatever this Candy Con is, it looks like it's a controller that you can customize the looks of. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But they have it in a bunch of different Transformers flavors. They have Devastator, they have Hot Rod, they have Jazz, they have Soundwave. It's cool.
Yeah, it's a customizable controller. I guess it's probably, I'm assuming this works on multiple
Yeah, I would guess it's just like a Bluetooth thing and just kind of works with whatever console.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's neat.
Yeah, they look cool.
Soundwave looks cool. The Jazz looks cool.
They all generally look cool. What I wonder, though, based on how they show it, it looks like it just kind of fits on the top. So, like, I do wonder, like, is there, like, a seam that you feel, or, like, how does it work and feel? You know what I mean? Like, look at picture 3. Well, I guess you can look at, the Devastator 3. And, like, you see how there's, like, that, like, I guess, like, a lip there that goes around the whole controller and stuff like that. Obviously, that thing, like, sits in there. So, I don't know. And the other thing is, like, third-party controllers oftentimes suck. So, I mean, this is more of a art piece if you really need to have a Jazz controller, I suppose. And hopefully it is mostly functional. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I assume it's fine.
Yeah, you would assume that, but it's not always fine.
Let's see. Do we have CandyCon controller, base controller, $35. 4.8 stars out of 76 reviews.
All right, well, that's not too bad.
Bluetooth. So let's see. Compatible with Nintendo Switch and PC.
Okay.
That's the base unit. So.
All right. So Switch and PC.
That's not bad. $35, and let's see. What do these faceplates cost? And Soundwave is $17. So for what? 35 and 17. $52, you can have a Transformers controller for your Switch or your...
Could be worse.
Yeah. Looks like they have a bunch of different upgrade and customization options. Not bad.
Yeah. I'm not buying it, but it's fine. It's for somebody else that's not me, and that's okay. Transformers 40th anniversary introduces a stainless steel Megatron helmet.
So what's different between this and the existing? Other than the stainless steel.
Fuck if I know. But you see, they're casting it.
Pouring it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it looks cool. I don't know if I want $1,000 cool it.
It's $1,000? I didn't look at the price. Holy shit.
Yeah, it says it will be up for pre-order on Wednesday, May 22nd at the Custom Rakuten Market Store. For 165,000 yen, which is about 1,056. This is a made-to-order item, people. I mean, can you wear it? Probably doesn't fit my head, if I'm honest with you. This also would be pretty heavy.
My big fat head.
Stainless steel. I mean, I feel like it'd be pretty heavy.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool, but yeah, it won't fit my big head. All right, Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. So we were talking about this a little bit earlier. So this is obviously a prototype because he's got all the little stamped numbers all over him. Either that or he's got some prison tats on his stomach and face. I'm not sure what he's got going on here, but I dig it, right? Like, I think what it does is it captures the G1 Bumblebee perfectly because, I'm okay. Perfect's an overstatement. There's definitely things that could be better, but the fact is it looks like the little squished penny racer Volkswagen Beetle, but with enough differences that you can't be like, with that, like, Volkswagen can't, like, be like, hey, and they're like, well, it's not really a Volkswagen, right? Like, it's Volkswagen-esque, but it is not a Volkswagen. So therefore, we don't need to license it. And, like, you got the slightly different shaped roof, you got the different shaped front end, the bumper's different, like, I love it. Like, it's perfect for what it's trying to do. So
yeah, he's very angular, where Bumblebee, like a Volkswagen, is very smoothly curved.
Yeah.
They're like, let's put some angles in here, like on the hood and the back window.
But it's not so egregious that it doesn't look like what it's trying to be. You know, like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way that they need to do it. And look, Has-brah was like, we're going to pin these wheels. These need to be good. We're gonna pin all 4 wheels.
Yeah, they don't look like shit because 2 are pinned and 2 are the stupid snap things that are a different color.
Mm-hmm. So, I like this. Again, I don't think it's necessarily completely perfect unless someone is just doing the thing with the backpack to show that now Has-brah can make all the throttle bots out of these guys, which may entirely be what they're trying to show there. I don't know. They got some weird things going on with the transformation in picture 7. You see it at the bottom. He's got like the panels forward, the thing's up over his head, but his shoulder joints are on the front of his arms. That's weird. I don't know what you're doing there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, the very last
Yeah, it's
picture.
like they started transforming them and they're like, nope, hold on, we need one more pick.
Yeah, this is good enough. Do we need to put him back? No, this is fine. So, I don't know. Looks cool. I like it. I think it's neat.
Yeah, I think it's a good job. It's jazz. You know, it's Studio Series jazz where they're like, well, he's not a Porsche, but you know what he is. Wink.
Mm-hmm. Close enough. Yeah, and that's exactly what they need to do. So, all right. Has-brah fan stream reveals. So what did they reveal? Walk us through it.
Yeah, so...
Okay, we got a Studio Series 86 Steeljaw.
Yeah.
The Bumblebee that we just talked about.
It's fine.
Yeah, Steeljaw's fine. Bumblebee's fine. Studio Series Gaming Edition Decepticon Soldier. The hell is that?
This is from the War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron video games.
Oh, it's just like random car turned into basically random Viacon type thing.
Yeah. I think they ended up reusing this in game and in the old toys as one of the Stunticons, maybe. I don't remember.
I see. He's fine.
But yeah, he's fine.
Studio Series BBM Skywarp Bumblebee movie. I was like, what does that stand for? I mean, that's a face only a movie lover could love. He's fine.
He's fine.
Studio Series 86 Springer.
This is the fuck you release.
He's
They're
fine.
like, hey, what if we took Siege, Voyager, Springer, and we did a couple things and said, bam, now he's a leader class.
Is it really? Is that all they've done?
Oh, yeah. I put in multiple links after this one to show the comparisons.
Okay.
This I think is a pretty good discussion topic. So we'll move on from him for a quick moment.
All right.
And
Studio
then
Series
comic
Edition Straxus. That's cool.
I think this looks really cool. I think this is a great reuse of obviously the Galvatron mold, heavily retooled. But I think this is cool.
Yeah,
it's a nice thing. He was very popular from the comics, and I think this is great.
Yep, I'm okay with that.
Doing this. And then Bumblebee, which we just talked about.
Oh, Beyblade Cross Transformers Optimus Primal. Oh, hells yeah. Is Beyblade still a thing? That's still a thing.
I was just gonna say, is Beyblade even still a thing? I guess it is. Like, wow.
Let him rip, motherfucker. Like, I don't know. Okay. All right. So then we can see the overpriced fuck you to Springer versus the Siege mold Springer comparisons. So obviously what you're saying here is they've already released this toy.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you start looking at all 3 links, you start looking at all the comparisons, even the side by side, it's like, okay, these are the same figure. They just said, let's tweak it so that it's more cartoon and 86 movie accurate. It's like, okay, obviously the waist is the same. The upper legs, they
Yeah,
need the
like
rounded
you definitely have a
versions,
little bit of remolding, right? Like the front end, like the shoulder things are different on the new one. Like he's got some kind of thing that sticks out at the top there, but like the legs are identical, the arms are identical.
Yep.
The backpack looks like it's a little bit different.
The transformation is probably almost identical.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I have the Siege mold, and the ankles suck. So
Mm-hmm.
if there's one thing they should have improved on, it's the feet.
Mm-hmm.
Like the feet are not great.
Oh yeah, you can
But
see
they did.
like when the underside view is like practically identical looking. There's some differences, so they've obviously changed some things.
Yeah.
But
They have.
is it enough?
Not to justify Voyager to leader. You know, that's the part that really, it's like when I saw this, I was like, okay, this is a much better Studio Series 86. And then I was like, a leader class? Okay, this has got to be bigger, at least.
Yeah.
It's not. It's so much of a reuse that it's
No,
like, you know what?
He's bigger. Is that the top of the head crest of the one comes up to where the head crest starts on the other one. He's got a whole like 2 millimeters height on him.
Full 2 millimeter, and his hands open.
Yeah.
So there's your $25 upcharge.
Yeah, something obviously changed in the chest. But
Yeah,
they
they gave him a new
retooled the front of the
chest
truck too, or the front of the car, so his chest does look different. So something there has given him just a smidge extra height.
Yes.
Yeah. But
I
so
look at
much
this
of it
and I
is the
go,
same.
like, why? Why is this a leader class? You know, if you were going to say, well, it's a leader class, even though it's the same height, because we're adding all this extra stuff and it's a brand new mold, but it's not. It's not a brand new mold.
Yeah.
You guys made your money on this mold twice already because you released Siege Springer and then you released the Wrecker Springer, which you can still buy on Amazon for like 32 or 33 bucks, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still available at the Voyager scale price. And now it's like, well, here's this, and it's it's 40% new figures. So you didn't even like spend money on engineering here.
I would
Like,
be
full
hard
money.
pressed to say it's even 40% new figure. It's like less than that. Like
Probably.
you got different thighs, you got different hands, a different chest. I think the head looks like it might be the same, just well no, the eyes are carved out a little differently.
Yeah, the forehead and stuff's different. The head is definitely new. But again, it's not like they started from scratch on
Right.
any of this.
And like when you see
Like
the
the
back view and you
thighs.
look, like you can see that it's entirely the same. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah. I think that there's a lot of things where they're like, well, let's take this part and it's essentially the same. We're just going to redesign
Yeah.
it. Like we're going to put new different details on it. Like the thighs. The thighs are obviously the same.
Yeah.
They just said, well, let's make these rounded and not as like hollow in the sides and back and make it more cartoony rounded. Okay,
Yeah.
great. The hands, okay. So you added 1 point of articulation in the hands. It's not that great because it looks like shit when they're open.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like you did something epic there.
Yeah.
I don't know. This feels like a giant fuck you to me.
It definitely comes off that way.
Like, this is the kind of shit where it's like, okay, if you would have done this as a Voyager, I would be like, you know what? I might get this because I love the 86 movie. I might get this. I have some of the others like the 86 Rodimus but seeing the price on this, fuck that.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm buying this thing. If it goes on clearance somewhere, I might, but otherwise, no thanks, Has-brah.
Yeah. I'm good.
Like, you got to put some effort into this. This isn't just fucking phone it in and charge, $25 more.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know. Maybe I'm in the wrong here, or I shouldn't say the wrong. Maybe I'm in the minority here with the fandom. I mean, does anybody else think that this is overpriced? Does anybody think, any of our listeners, do you guys think that the Hot Wheels Optimus that transforms is ridiculously overpriced?
Yeah.
I think so, but then that thing sold out in 15 minutes. I don't know how many they made, but it's
Yeah.
gone. This thing, people seem to be raving about it online. So
Well,
maybe
I mean,
price doesn't matter.
in terms of Springer, he looks good, right? Like, he looks really good. And I think Hasbro knows that. And I think that they've seen, based on third party and stuff like that, that people are willing to spend more money when they nail something like that, you know? And so Hasbro's like, yeah, let's do it. Let's make them a leader class and we can squeeze more money out of this. And people will buy it. So,
but here's another fundamental problem I have with that. Is this going to be the new norm where they go, you know what, guys, let's do a Voyager Astro Train.
oh God, yeah.
And then in like 3 years, let's do a liter size. And I know they already did a liter size Astro Train that looks like shit, but and then they're going to be like, let's do Astro Train again, and we'll just make him look really good. I mean, it's the perfect time because the 40th anniversary is now. The 40th anniversary of the movie is coming up in 2 years.
Yeah.
So they could easily start releasing stuff and go, let's do a Studio Series 86.
Yeah.
And now we'll just bump it to the next price point because extra stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
Like,
you're not wrong.
What?
Yeah.
But if that's going to be the new norm, then count me out because I'm not going to
Yeah, I mean, I can't support
buying
that.
and rebuying stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have both of the Springer molds. I bought the Siege Springer, and then I bought the Wrecker version. And I never actually opened the Wrecker version because I got it, and I'm like, you know, this looks cool, but I already have the Voyager, or the Siege one, open. It's the same figure with different paint.
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't do it, so.
Yeah. All right. Well, next up, we have Beast Machines and Beast Wars soundtrack availability. I was trying to see what this costs to pick these up. So there's 10 tracks for Beast Machines, which the only thing I know is that the Seeds of the Past, the Seeds of the Future lie buried in the past, something like that. I don't know. What was the quote? Something like that.
Seeds of the future lie buried in the past. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know about Beast Machines, and even that feels like I know too much. And then I was looking for for the Beast Wars one, but I can't seem to find a link to it. So, it says starting June, so I guess they don't have Beast Wars out. Beast Machines is apparently out already.
I could see them eventually doing a record for these, like a limited run, like they did with the soundtrack, like they are doing with the soundtrack again.
Yeah.
For G1. So.
Well, there's a playlist on YouTube, and that's as much as it's gonna get my look. So, when did this news drop? Because the playlist has 11,000 views. And this was posted
Beast
10
Machines
days
on
ago.
The 17th. Yeah.
So,
10 days.
Beast Machines is big business. Oh, poor Beast Machines.
But you know, going back to our discussion earlier about the series, this is again something where Beast Wars was doing so well. You know, Beast Wars was the redheaded stepchild of Hasbro's product, and they pushed Beast Wars off to Kenner because they had just bought Kenner so they could get the Star Wars stuff, basically.
Yep.
They pushed all Beast Wars off on Kenner and Machine Wars, and Kenner did those, and then Beast Wars became a hit, and then you started to see all the packaging switch from Kenner to Hasbro, because Hasbro's like, wait a minute, we want this back. This is our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're doing this. We're putting our name on it now, because fuck Kenner.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny, because then they went back and started putting Kenner on the Star Wars stuff for nostalgia. But, yeah. And the same thing happened with the show, because remember, Beast Wars wasn't available in every market, because it wasn't on one of the big networks at the time.
Yeah.
And Fox was like, we want this for Fox Kids. But it's too violent, and you can't have love in it. And you can't have characters dying, and you can't have characters blowing up, so they basically were like, okay. Oh, and you got to use our writers. Okay. So they went from using all these talented, experienced writers like Bob Ford and such, and Simon Furman, and, you know, to using Fox people from Fox who didn't know anything about Transformers, and they openly said that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they cut the budget on the show a little bit too. So it's like, okay, basically the only thing Beast Machines has in common with Beast Wars is it's done by Mainframe Entertainment, who did the animation. Most all of the voice cast returns, and it picks up where Beast Wars left off, even though it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It kind of loosely ties together, but it makes, I guess, as much sense as every Bay film, continuity wise, film to film.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Beast Machines isn't the worst entry out there, but it's certainly nowhere near what Beast Wars was.
Yeah. It's pretty bad, though.
Yeah.
It's sad to say it's probably not the worst, but...
It's not the worst, but it is.
It's the worst I've seen.
Oh, don't watch Earthspark.
Oh,
I'm
no,
saying
I
that
don't plan on it, so...
I saw some... so if you have an LG TV, my friend Ryan told me about this. If you have an LG TV, LG has some of their own channels.
Mm-hmm.
And you could just tune your TV to a channel. They have literally a Transformers channel. You just connect your LG TV to the internet, no service required, no extra fees, and they have a bunch of channels. One of them happens to be a Transformer channel, and now I can't remember the channel number. I'll try and find that. Let's see. But I turned it on because I was like, really? I have an LG TV, and I turned it on. And they showed like an episode of Beast Wars. And then it was like an episode of Rid 2015. Then like an episode of Cyberverse. And yeah, that's all I need to see of Cyberverse and Rid 2015.
Yeah.
Because those were terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
All right. Studio Series Dead Things.
Good things.
So, I'm a little disappointed by this, if I'm honest with you. If you're going to go and make these, and then you need to go all out. And you got a big chest wound on Brawn, and the picture shows the back is blown out with smoke, but the toy is strangely missing a back exit.
The exit wound.
So, like, I would have liked to have seen you go all out with that. And I guess, whatever. Ratchet's fine. He is what it is, but...
Let's see. So when Brawn transforms, like in robot mode, he's like dying and he transforms. Hey, I'm fine.
He's fine. He's a perfectly fine car.
Fine. It's no exit wound, so he's fine.
Mm-hmm. Ratchet, he just got broken front glass.
You're fine. Safe light repair.
Yeah.
Safe light replace.
That's right.
You're fine, Ratchet.
You're fine. Get over it, doctor. But, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of cool that they're doing these. I don't really know if I would have a whole shelf of all the Autobots dying, but, I mean, it's kind of cool, I suppose.
I mean, if you could put up a backdrop that looked like the inside of the Autobot shuttle, and you could get a good-looking Megatron in gun mode for, was it Starscream who held him? Or was it Soundwave? I don't remember now. It's pretty bad.
I think it was Starscream.
I think it was Starscream. But if you could get that down, it could look pretty cool. But yeah,
you'd have to get it. You'd have to get it like just right.
Yeah, what I hope that they do, what would be hilarious is if they started doing figures in this line, like 2-packs, and they just start doing stuff that makes no sense, and they just do it like, well, here's dead Skyfire and dead Inferno. Like, they weren't in the movie. Exactly, because they died and they weren't in season 3, I don't think. So they just start doing like dead versions of characters that just weren't in the movie.
Just wait till you get your dead leader class, Springer.
Oh yeah, that'll be great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for that. It'll be a limited edition, so it'll be like $10 more.
Mm-hmm.
Store exclusive or something.
When are they going to give the Ultra Magnus from Headmasters, where he gets dismembered by six
gun or a 6-shot? Yeah.
That's what I want. He's just pieces in a box.
That's the YOLO Park version.
They don't even need to put them together, and they can still charge you MP prices for it.
Right.
So.
I think in the original script, or one of the original scripts, or one of the earlier scripts of the Transformers the movie, there was the whole scene with Ultra Magnus getting blown up. He was actually going to be like drawn and quartered by the sweeps and stuff, and like decapitated or something. Like it was going to be way more violent. So that would be a fun box of parts. Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus box of parts.
What they need to do is make the sweeps in the 4-pack, and it comes with Ultra Magnus parts. That's what they should do. So, Ultra Magnus build a figure. There you go.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Lazy repaint time. Super 7 Unicron. They're doing it in the prototype colors. So I thought that this Unicron was like super cool when they released it. I still have it. I still think it's cool. I don't think I share the same affinity for the prototype colored version of it. You know, like I feel like owning it in Unicron colors, I own this little piece of like Unicron history, sort of. You know?
Well, if I'm remembering this correctly, this isn't even the prototype of the one we're talking about. I believe this is the other Unicron that Takara is proposing. Let me see if I can find it. Because Takara had one that had like a moon. And then Has-brah had one that they did the original, that this original version was based on. Yeah, here it is. So it's different. Hold on. Copy and toss this image. So this was another prototype Unicron from back in the day. So what's funny to me is this Super 7 figure, it's kind of like, well, this isn't actually the same, but it's close enough, so let's just repaint it.
Yeah, that is interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen this prototype Unicron.
Yeah. So it's different.
That's a word.
It comes with that like moon. In like planet mode, you see it's got like I don't know if that's a moon or if that's maybe it's supposed to be Cybertron. I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't really look like Cybertron.
Does not look like Cybertron.
See, this is another thing that I think this is a perfect HasLab. Like if Hasbro's like, all right, fine, we're gonna do G1 Unicron, the prototype, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna have to make some changes for modern engineering, modern manufacturing, and safety and all that. But I would be all over it.
Yeah, I think that would be a cool thing for them to do.
G1 Unicron. Yeah. We're gonna take the
perfect
prototype and stick as close as we can to it.
Yep, I'd be down with that.
All over that.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm surprised that there's no third-party company that hasn't said, "Hey, let's do."
Yeah, because like the grand scheme of things, like that Unicron did not look like he had a very difficult transformation or anything. You know, like yeah, looks like something you could easily reverse engineer just by looking at the pictures. So
apparently, there's even a patent application out there that shows it in even more detail.
Let me see.
But it's a Japanese patent, I think, for the other one. I don't know if there's a U.S. patent. Like the prototype, I thought had like a microphone or something in it too. The U.S. one, or the one everybody seems to know, the Has-brah one.
I can see what looks like patent drawings.
Oh, this guy's even got the transformation detailed out. Here, let's check this side out. I've never seen this website before, but...
Are you at chriscarter.co.uk?
Yes, sir.
Me too.
If you go all the way to the bottom of this page, should we put this in the notes too?
Yeah,
for our
might as well.
This is pretty fun. If you go almost to the bottom, he's got a transformation sequence.
Yep.
In pictures.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Super simple.
Definitely super simple. Looks like the top half compresses. The arms kind of go out to the sides to make like a ring around him, and the head pushes down for the most part.
And the fists, like the arms split in half, and the fists lock into the other half of each one.
Yeah.
To make the rings. Big, thick, chunky rings.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, this would be something that I think you would sell well. You could sell well.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you would get a certain group of fans in on it, and yeah, I definitely could see that.
It's like that, and that
It says
RC.
the prototype seems to have been supplied from the collection of former Hasbro president Vinny de Alvea. Ended up in the hands of Mike Hertz of Whizbang Toys, who often sold on prototypes from former Hasbro employees. Hertz sold the figure to a private collector for $13,500 at a 2001 BotCon convention.
Like, I wonder what that would go for. Somebody put it up on eBay. As
of 2021, the prototype is in the possession of collector Rarebots on Facebook. So the arms now lack clips for friction to hold their own weight. So for display purposes, clear elastic bands are used to hold the arms in position.
Yeah, so some of that stuff they would have to like finalize if they were going to do a, like a HasLab or something. But I would be all over this.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I would like to see it.
And then there was that Unicron that they showed off for Beast Wars Neo. It was obviously not G1 Unicron, but Unicron shows up in that series. Mm-hmm. And that was another one that people were like, oh, this looks great. We want this. And then Takara's like, yeah, never mind. Mm-hmm. We're not releasing it.
Fooled you. I'm looking through this Rarebots. I'm now on a tangent.
Well, let's get back on track.
They have all kinds of cool. This guy has a bunch of cool prototypes and stuff. That's cool. All right. I think our last piece of show news, an official exclusive set for that one Transformers show that TFW 2005 still hates. What show is that?
BotCon.
Oh. Okay.
It's funny because they must have updated this, because this used to say this 2-pack will be a show exclusive in the U.S. The first time I saw it, it did not have BotCon on it. It didn't have the tag. It didn't have anything. Yeah, and then somebody from the BotCon team had made a comment about that on Facebook, I saw. But it looks like they've added the BotCon 2024 link in. So this is interesting because it's official. But let's see.
Huh.
Yeah, it has the BotCon name on it.
Yep. BotCon's on there.
Interesting. It's obviously Yellow Park has the license, and I'm sure that they can crank out whatever repaints they want. It's easy, right? Hasbro's going to approve repaints all day long. So it is interesting that they also approved this to be a convention exclusive for BotCon.
Yeah.
But there's no giant BotCon logo on here, is there? It's just the little wording at the bottom.
Yeah. Who is Derek Bigsby? He's very invested in this. He must be someone associated with BotCon. He's just responding to everyone.
I don't know if he is, but I know he's big in the ERC. And the realm.
Interesting. I don't know. I mean, they look fine. They're model kits, right? So, do they come out of the box looking like this, like when you put them all together, or some paint required, or is this just like what you see is what you get when you put these together?
No, these all come
Okay.
pre-painted.
All right. So what you see is what you get when it's done.
You just have to snap them together. Yeah, but it's not like a model kit. From what I understand, it's just plugging stuff in.
Okay.
Like, you know, it's like assembly, but it's not like cutting things off of trees and, you know, cutting them off sprues and assembling. It's just...
Well.
Okay, so the BotCon logo looks like it's on the top.
Of the box?
Yeah.
I don't know about it being on the top of the box, but the bottom also says AMK miniseries model kit BotCon versus set. So.
Yeah, if you go to the BotCon link, it has them on top.
Where's the BotCon link? Oh, up here. Yeah, okay. I see that. Well, I mean, good for them, I suppose. Back in the good graces of somebody associated with Has-brah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. That's all we got. I don't know if we have any listener questions. But we've been going for a while, so I think we'll save them for another day, even if we do have some. We'll save it for when Robert's here, at least. So
for when Robert's not sick.
Yeah.
Hopefully he feels better.
Yeah.
Very soon.
What should we call this episode? Episode 68. I don't know.
I don't know.
That's the title. I don't know.
I don't know. There you go.
Yep. All right. Well, with that, we will get out of your hair, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.